What's going on, people? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, people? What is up? It is me, L Teddy 27. We are here. Hey, Dominique. Hey, Carolyn Alexander. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, everyone. How art thou? Um, I'm looking at my notes here. What happened? Oh, dear God. Oh, there we go. Anyway, we are here. Hey, Tanya. Hey, everyone, as you all gather about in the room. Yeah. Highest three astronaut. You know what? I ain't mad at it, Tanya. Do what you do. Get it how you live, buddy. Not highest three astronauts. Yes, God. Shondo from the 305. You in the 305? Or you giving a shout out to me from the 305? Because if you're in the 305, let me know. I can give you some great places to go. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, we over here drinking some Welch's Mango Twist. Mm, mm. So, y'all, I'm not gonna be here long. Hopefully, I always say that, and then something drives me to be here on Al Gore's good internet. I don't know why people be calling it other people's internet. Call it whose internet it is. It is Al Gore's good internet. That young man was one of the inventors of said internet. So they be calling it Beyonce's internet shit. Beyonce don't even create her own music. So I don't know how y'all call it anything belongs to her. But whatever. This is not the Beyonce hate train. No, we're not doing that today. God. Just talking politics. Hey Jason. Hey Regina. Hey Sly Sylvia. Everybody as you all come in the room. I sure wish y'all know what's happening right now, right? Y'all have a good idea of why I am stalling. You know exactly what is happening, right? Whenever I need, whenever I need my equipment to act right, but I'm almost at my goal. Don't worry, new computer is coming. But whenever I need this clunker to act right, sha, sha. What you say, bonjour? That'd be French. Now, if you were If you are Haitian and speaking Haitian Creole, you would say bonsoir, child, or you might say sac passe and all of that other good stuff that my Haitian brethren and sistering said. All right, hey Tabitha, hey Abby. I'm just giving y'all a chance to get in. Wow, my computer has a whole meltdown on me. I'm almost there, Abby. I am almost finished. It will be out today. I'm almost finished. I got one more person to do, one more part. I think I got all my pictures edited in. I'm editing one more snippet of this video. And what Abby is talking about, y'all, my every year I do a Pride Month video. Hey Volvo. And I do some history of Black people. Not because when they talk pride, the only Black person they're ever gonna get, they're gonna give you maybe three. You're only gonna hear about three Black people when you talk about Pride Month. They're gonna front load you with a whole lot of Marsha P. Johnson over and over and over. They're gonna give you some Bayard Rustin. They're gonna give you some James Baldwin. And that's as far as they're gonna go in terms of uh, Black LGBTQIA plus history. Now, I am a little biased because when I do my videos, it is mainly focused on Black and gay. But I will let the lesbian and the trans community tell their own stories. Hey, that's not my experience. I'm a Black gay, and while I am certainly here for all members of the Rainbow Coalition, I got to tell our story first because they ain't even told our story first. So let me concentrate on what we got going on over here with Black and gay, and I'll let the Black and lesbian or Black and trans or Black and all of the other letters tell their story while we're over here focusing on us. I'm just saying. Go ahead. Hey, Carolyn. Oh, I think I said hey to you, Carolyn. Child, y'all passing the pre-roll. Child, y'all gonna need something to get through because y'all know I got good stories today. Now, but let me start off with before I get to my piece de resistance. Let me start off with this whole making Juneteenth a national holiday as opposed to a federal holiday. Now, I thought I saw somebody say that it was now a federal holiday. When I saw the story and saw them passing the law, it was the verbiage that they used was national holiday, which is very different from it being a federal holiday. National holidays is a whole bunch of them, and they mean nothing. They don't get you no time off work. They don't get you nothing at all. But federal holidays are different. Federal holidays, not everybody's off work, but a lot of people are off work. And these holidays, is a stoppage in, regular, normal, everyday, you know, actions and whatnot. So Congress, hold on. It's, oh dear God. Oh God. I'm already about to go into a whole sugar spike. Lord. Congress. Oh, he signed it as a federal holiday. Okay, fine. Great, great, great. You find time to sign that. But you don't have no smoke for the voter suppression laws that are being put out all across the fruited plains in red and blue states. You don't have no smoke. Y'all know on this here platform, I've given you websites where you can go and you can track every state across the country where they will give you what voter suppression laws are have been passed, what have been denied, which ones are pending, so forth and so on. Every state across the country, where you can go and track these things. It ain't just the red states and it ain't just in the South. Please be clear. So you ain't got no smoke for that, Joe Biden. Right. So let's start there. Then you ain't got no smoke for the fact that they are passing anti-protest laws or laws against protesting all over the fruited plains, all across America, in red states and blue states. And in some states, making it legal for people to use their automobiles to go out and run over protesters and kill them. Now, one of the linchpins of your Constitution and Bill of Rights of these yet to be United States of America is, the right to protest and all of these things that and the third. Those rights are being snatched away from us. Okay. It is being said that any gathering of two or more in some states, most states say three, but in some states, two or more, a gathering of that, if a police deems that gathering of those individuals in their estimation isn't safe, it's now considered a violent protest and they can arrest the person or the people involved. And those people will then be charged with a felony. And now you can no longer vote in that state. Also, you have no smoke for the fact that also going on in this country is states passing laws where they make it illegal for elected officials to tell police to stand down. Yes, in this country, there are states that have already passed laws and have laws pending that says a mayor, a city manager, and no elected official in that state can tell a police department to stand down or to not violently approach protesters. See, we got all this going on. They throwing out their trigger word critical race theory, when in all actuality, what they're doing is they're not stopping critical race theory, because critical race theory is not taught in K through 12 education. What they're doing is they're stopping what is real American history. And I said this yesterday on the Teacher Project 2.0. Black people, we need to go take a lesson from the American Indians, because the exact same thing that happened to the American Indians and their history and what the country has done to American Indians is to Native Americans, excuse me, is about what is what's about to happen to us Black people. Let's be clear. They're going to rewrite all of history. And I really, really, and I've been screaming this from the rooftop for the last few weeks. I ain't even know I was going to be talking about this at the end of the day, but y'all got me started on the Juneteenth. Now, hold on. All of my fellow Hoteps and all of my fellow Black people, conscious and woke Black people, can y'all lose me with the disaggregating and all of the wanting to be perfectly right and pinpoint when exactly we should be celebrating Juneteenth? Because I've seen those arguments. I've seen the people already talking about, well, actually it should be on this date, or actually it should be on this date, or actually it should be, or actually Texas worked the last one. I don't care. We got one, okay? We're not going to parcel this out. We're not going to make this a whole big thing and so forth, okay? We're not going to do that. Mm-mm. 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 But back to my greater point. Hey, Crackhead Willie. We here in these yet to be United States of America have a president who only got in office because of Black people, but don't have no understanding for us, want to give us nothing. Instead, y'all want to give us, oh, we made Juneteenth a federal holiday. Why don't you people just be happy with that? What? When what? Because when have white people ever been happy with anything? Unless it was everything. I'm just saying. Y'all are worried about the wrong goddamn thing. It's just like last summer when instead of putting out real police reform, instead of doing real reform of the criminal justice system, y'all out here changing the names of brands of cereal and pancakes and brands of companies as if, wait, what? This is why when you people way back, remember, y'all go back and watch about the politics of it all videos from back in late November, early December. When I was the one and people would say, oh no, El Teddy, it's too early. You gotta give them a chance. They're gonna do right by us. You're so mean. Oh my god, you're so mean to Kamala and Joe. Fuck y'all. Okay? Because I told you, I tried to tell y'all back then. I saw the writings on the wall when that young man started giving out cabinet appointments, and you ain't see no cabinet appointments that was going out to black people. The only one that we saw was General Lloyd Austin, and that almost didn't make it. And I was like, mm, mm. And then there was the whole, oh, well, remember, we got to be embracing and inclusive of everybody, and everybody needs to have a piece of the pie, and we have to look out for every. No, but all of those people weren't as instrumental in getting you there as we were. Let's just be clear. Now, I'm not saying Juneteenth is not a good thing that they made Juneteenth a federal holiday. Great. But we have way more pressing issues that you should have been worried about. Way more pressing issues that you should have been worried about. I see the and I'm calling out everybody today. I'm calling out everybody. Congressional Black Caucus, why are y'all not screaming from the goddamn rooftops at this point? I need to see some leadership from the CBC. Where is the CBC in all of this? Because Marcia Fudge is over HUD. HUD is way down there on the top. The Secretary of HUD does not go to the 7 o'clock meeting. The Secretary of HUD goes to the 8 o'clock meeting. And you know, if you know politics in the White House, there's a 7 a.m. meeting, and then there's the 8 a.m. cabinet meeting. The 7 a.m. cabinet meeting are the big dogs, the big wigs, the big four, and a couple other people. President, vice president, big four, meaning defense, secretary, treasury. What's the fourth one I'm missing? Um, state, secretary, secretary of state, secretary of defense, secretary of the treasury, attorney general. Those four definitely are at that 7 o'clock meeting, and NSA, National Security Advisor, and stuff like that. That's a 7 a.m. meeting. Marcia Fudge ain't at no 7 a.m. meeting. She's at the 8 a.m. meeting after everything that already been worked out at the 7 a.m. meeting. Child, child, I ain't giving them no passes. But where is the CDC, not CDC, CBC at this point, the Congressional Black Caucus? I need to know where you are. Where's the leadership on this? Why aren't you all on every media outlet known to man, big, small, tiny, and everything in between, saying, listen, our issues are not being addressed. Listen, you got a microphone, we here to talk about it. Let's get some. And y'all are not out here spreading the word of the issues that mean a lot to us. There's a problem. There's a vacuum of leadership over there in the Democratic Party, because you know, and you see right now, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer don't give a damn. There's a vacuum of leadership on the left, a true vacuum of leadership. And I listen, I see you loving my piece. Thank you for being here, my love. I know a lot. Most people believe in giving a chance, but I'm telling you from the beginning, I did give them a chance. I waited to see who those first couple picks would be, and when I ain't see none of us over there, no girl, I ain't here for you. I knew. I saw it. I saw the writings on the wall, and that was coupled with knowing the history of Joe Biden. Now, Kamala, I fought myself and some other people because there are friends of mine on the left out there in the great state of California. And they were saying, listen, don't be fooled on Kamala. Don't be fooled on Kamala. And I'm like, no, she'll be good over there on the city. I mean, in the city. She'll be out there with Billy Pies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they told us, they said that's because she has to be in order to keep that seat for California because California is real left. But once she gets to the national stage, she can go back to being old Kamala that was here for all of the fuckery and fuck shit that wanted no parts of us black people. They told me that. I didn't want to believe them. Now I blame myself for that. I didn't want to believe them. They said, nah, you wait till she gets a national stage or platform. And now she's going to backpedal on all of this, or I'm black, 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 blackity black, to, oh, don't forget I'm Asian American. Now you're touting AAPI more than you're touting you black because it's convenient now. I just have to call it out like it as is. And she's not helping herself in the race if she plans to run for president. She is not helping herself. She's not even helping herself with her base. It would be one thing if you were like, one thing you knew about Trump and his people. They were loyal to their base. They were not going to alienate that base. If anything, they expanded their base. They galvanized their base so much so it expanded and forced people who were on the outskirts of that part of the Republican Party to say, yeah, let me just go ahead and join with them. They look like they're having a good time over there. You know, it's like you at a party and you say, child, I don't want to go to that party. I don't really know the people. But you on the outside, and you like, but they do look like, sound like they having a good time at that party over there. That music is bumping. They do got liquor. They do got some good food. Everybody coming out there eating, talking about how good food is and how good the drinks is, and people is in there bumping. Child, let me go on into this party and enjoy myself. And that's what some of the people that weren't a part of that far right part of the Republican Party did. At first, they were like, "Yeah, never you." There were the never Trumpers of the Republican Party, and eventually they said, "Well, I guess they ain't going nowhere." And they look like they're having a good time anyway, so I might as well join in with them. They expanded the base by doubling down on whatever principles and ideologies they had, as wrong as they were. They got people to get behind it. They got people on in open court and before Congress under penalty of perjuring themselves. They got whole branches of government telling all out lies, all because they doubled down and refused to alienate their base. But on the left side, we got fuck shit and fuckery. They are not even beholden to their own base. They basically said, well, fuck you, base. We're not here for you. And so Kamala is out here, mind you, she's the daughter of a Jamaican American black man and an Asian American woman, both of whom are immigrants to this country, going down there telling people, oh, don't come here. We don't want none of y'all here. And she just moved into her residence a couple weeks ago. I think it was about a month or two ago. But anyway, because they have been working on it and replenishing it too. I don't care. She could have went to Harvard, Fisk, Xavier, Spelman, Bennett, and all of the black colleges all at one time. That don't mean a goddamn thing. It's a whole lot of people that went to HBCUs that ain't shit. Just like it's a whole lot of people that went to PWIs that ain't shit. Just because you go to a certain institution don't make you shit. I'm just saying. Anyway, and then one of her first ceremonial acts in her new abode after they, the Naval Conservatory or whatever the vice president lives in, observatory, whatever the vice president lives in, after they have renovated it and all. Who did she invite? She doesn't give a thank you and a reach back to her black people. See, I would have had one more good old cookout. I would have been just as black. Oh, we got a black person in here now, a black woman in here. Baby, I would have had one more good cookout on the backyard lawn of it. Had a good old spread. Just did it old school style. Had, go rent one of those big luxury tents. Have it out there. Have a good ass DJ. Have some barbecue on the grill. Have some tater salad. Not potato salad, but tater salad, okay? PWIs predominantly white institutions. Have some corn on the cob on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Have some baked beans for the people. Some baked macaroni and cheese over here. You know what I'm saying? Have all the little fixing. One more good cookout. And I would have invited the Congressional Black Caucus. You know what I would have did? As at this point, the highest ranking black person in government, I would have said, let's discuss the issues surrounding black people and let's put plans together and go to work. This here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to celebrate you all and celebrate all of us that got us here. And I don't ever want it to go unnoticed and unsaid that it was black people that got us here. So in one of my first invitations to my home, I'm inviting the Congressional Black Caucus because you all deserve it. I'm going to have all, and we're going to celebrate that. And after we do that, we are also going to discuss the issues surrounding black people and the things that they need from our government and how we're going to work to achieve those goals. Now that we have the Dems in power. But no, we don't do that. You damn near having a Daughters of the Confederacy meeting in your goddamn living room. Go look at the pictures of Kamala Harris when she invited the women in the Senate, because she thought it was I'm reaching out to all of the women. A now black woman in the Senate right now, Kamala Harris. You know that you were the only black female in the Senate, and now that you're the vice president, there is none because your governor decided to appoint a Hispanic male. So she over here having Daughters of the Confederacy meeting, and mind you, she ain't say, "Oh, I'm only inviting the left." Oh no, she invited all of them. The Susan Collinses of the world, the Lisa Murkowskis of the world. What's my other girl name? Oh God, I can't think of this lady name. Who's the senator from the state of damn it, I can't think of it. It's gonna come to me. Anyway, my point being, you over here still trying to shake hands and kiss babies with these people, and those are not the people that got you there. Let's be clear. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, you have to understand, because this is what black people are going to say. Or that some of the same black people who know better are going to say, well, you have to think, she has to be a woman of all people. She has to be the vice president for all people, not just black people. And she has to ingratiate and be supportive of everyone and not make people think that it's just about the black people. Fuck that. And I mean that. Fuck that. Because that's the same thing y'all said during the Obama administration. And that went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then at the end of the day, some of our pressing issues that we needed Obama and the Dems to take care of while they were in power before the Tea Party came along, y'all ain't do. And then none of our issues got addressed because Mitch McConnell got in power. And Mitch McConnell wants no part of seeing any part of anybody on the left do anything positive. We'll get to Mitch McConnell in a few moments because that's going to be my whole sugar spike today. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a whole sugar spike on Mitch McConnell in a few minutes. I'm just saying. What are we doing? But these are the but we got a federal holiday on in 2 days, y'all. Y'all go out to your Juneteenth parades. I'll be at a Juneteenth parade celebrating Juneteenth. I'm gonna eat some barbecue at a Juneteenth picnic and all of that good stuff. White people, stay home. If you're married to a black person, let them bring you a plate. Please stay home. And this is why I'm saying white people stay home because they have it's a lot of times they mean well, but they let all kinds of shit fly out of their mouths because they're so unconscious of their mantle of white privilege and breastplate of white supremacy that they wear every day of their lives. They're so oblivious and unconscious to it. And I really believe a lot of white people when they say, well, I didn't know or I didn't intend to be. I believe a whole lot of white people when they say that because it's unconscious for them. It's built into the fabric of who they are from the time they were born. They learned to put on this cloak of mantle of white privilege and this breastplate of white supremacy from the time they were born. They have no idea what it means to be anything but privileged and do anything but flex all of their white supremacy. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my rant. I will leave it to Really BTV to give y'all a history lesson on Juneteenth and all of that. I'm not here for it. I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna enjoy myself, but we got a whole lot more pressing issues because you better be damn skippy. You don't think if Mitch McConnell and his people go back in power in 2022 and then win the White House in 2024, you don't think they're gonna repeal a whole lot of this stuff? See, here's the thing that's baffling my mind. All of us have jobs. All of us have jobs. And we all know that there are requisites you need in order to get that job, or in some cases, in order to keep your job. In some professions, you have to go and do reoccurring professional developments for recertification, take more courses, and so forth in order to stay up to speed and recertify every so many years for your course. I mean, for your job. It's a part of the duty. From the McDonald's worker all the way up to the quantum physicist. There are always things that you're going to have to continuously learn as you take professional developments to stay up on your job. One would think that that's the most paramount part of having a job. You want to do everything you can to keep the job. especially if that's a job that you like. If you are in a job that you like and you want to have, you're going to first make sure you do everything you can to keep that job, i.e., as a teacher. One thing you never gonna catch a good teacher slipping on is professional development points, or the certification requirements that they need to recertify. Why? That's the first thing you need to do to keep your job. And I'm saying that to say this: voting is the mechanism by which you have a job in Congress and you keep your job in Congress. And if the Dems are sitting around here thinking, that everything is cool and okay, and they are preparing for 2022 and don't see the sweeping voter suppression laws that are sweeping the country, in addition to the anti-protesting laws, which cause people to go to jail and get felonies, and is another mechanism for them to take votes away from them, because there's an affront against the black people. They hitting black people from all sides. They're making voter suppression laws. Then they're making anti-protesting laws, which makes that a felony. And now they can strip your right to vote that way, or they can strip your right to vote away at the polls themselves. They're hitting you from both fronts. And the Democrats are sitting there doing this, twiddling their fingers. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Tanya say Cobb County is having their Juneteenth festival. It starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. with music under the stars. And then 10 a.m. Saturday with 100 vendor. All right, at Marietta Square. Get some, Tanya. I'm going to be in Florida. I'll be in Jacksonville, Florida, leaving tomorrow morning. So, hey, Dee DDS, the bestest. Yes. How are you? So glad you're here. You're here right at the good part. We're about to get to our feast de resistance. Hey, Nappy Child, you done been late lately, Nappy Child. You probably been working. Nappy Child is the head mod. Y'all been, running kind of loose, but now the head mod is here to crack some skulls. Good to see you, Nappy Child. Good to see you. Hope everything is good. All right. Don't worry, Nappy Child. Jason been telling people to hit the like button because he know I ain't gonna tell nobody to hit nobody's like button. Anyway, so I want to bring your attention to, now that we got the Juneteenth stuff out of the way. Wait, give me a moment. Let me prepare myself. Let me moderate my sugar levels. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment, because I need to moderate my sugar levels. Give me a moment, because this next story is about to take me some places, and I need my sugar levels moderated. Hold on. Y'all know we have sugar spikes over here. I'm having we have sugar spikes. We have sugar highs. As we chronicle the epidemic of diabetes across the fruited plains of these yet to be United States of America. Dear God, having sugar spikes. Give me a moment. I'm regulating my sugar over here, y'all. I'm doing a good job. Sugar spikes in the chat. As we all know, it's that sugar. That sugar. Anyway. All right, y'all. So all right, I'm ready now. I think I can do it now. I think I can make it now. All right. So let's talk about this, y'all. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Mitch McConnell. And I know just that name alone, just the name Mitch McConnell alone invokes evacuation of the bowels. Okay. Last week, Monday. Was last week Monday or this week Monday? Anyway, he was on, I think it was last week Monday. It was last week Monday. No. Yes, last week Monday. Thank you. I had to remember. Mitch McConnell was on a conservative radio host, Hugh Hewitt's radio broadcast, And he had some interesting comments. And I want to dive into this a little bit because I want you all to see the depths by which the other side is going in order to make sure that you people get nothing. And that's why I said we are over here twiddling our fingers and getting distracted by stupidity and ancillary items when the other side is guns a blazing. They are strategic, they are intentional, they are deliberate. They make no bones about who they are. They do not change who they are. They don't try to negotiate. They don't try to, coalesce or any of that. None of that. So Mitch McConnell said, let me find the quote. When he was asked about the possibility of a Supreme Court confirmation um, for Joe Biden, he basically said that he would not let Joe Biden fill a Supreme Court vacancy by any means at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. He went on to say, because Hugh Hewitt asked him about, what if there was a confirmation in 2023? He said, well, we'd have to wait and see what happens. And then he goes on to say, because he's a whole rancid individual. Let me get the whole quote. Hold on. Let me get the whole quote. Because I want to make sure that I get it right. All right. He started off by saying that he would refuse to allow Joe Biden to fill the Supreme Court seat in 2024 if the Senate wins. If the Senate wins next year. He was first asked about 2024. He said, absolutely, by no stretch of the imagination will we ever let Joe Biden do anything in 2024. The reason they asked him about 2024 is because that's the year of the presidential election. And it would be follow suit for 2016 when Mitch McConnell did the same thing to President Obama. So then Hugh Hewitt asked him about 2023, a whole year before that. He said to him, and this is assuming that the Senate would go back to the Republicans next year. That's when he said we'd have to wait and see. But if anybody believes by any stretch of the imagination, he then goes on to say, and I'm paraphrasing that there's no situation where if he has any amount of power, he would allow Joe Biden to make any Supreme Court nomination. If somebody died if somebody died today on the Supreme Court, please understand and believe Mitch McConnell will be working overtime to get Kirsten Sinema and or Joe Manchin to come on his side so as not to allow Biden to get any appointments at all. And here's the point. What we have to, I've been saying this for a while, y'all. I've been talking about how the Republican side and the conservative side has lined the court with asinine as people up and down the circuits. All of the circuits across the country are lined with flunkies and cronies of Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump there to do their bidding. Okay? There to do their bidding. And here's the dangerous part. Their line of thinking is, see, when the framers of this Constitution, when they were framing this Constitution, there wasn't one party there. It wasn't like they said, oh, at that point they had what, the Federalists and the Republicans, that was the two parties. And At that point, they had all parties involved. They all coalesced. The North, the South, both parties and everybody involved said, no, we're going to coalesce. And some of us are going to have to acquiesce and compromise. We're going to come together. We're going to frame this because the framers thought that, whatever happens, we need everybody involved. Sometimes this side might be more right, sometimes the other side, but everybody has to be involved. That is how it's designed. There's also designed to be checks and balances here. But what was intended to be the strongest in the framing of this country, the legislative branch was intended to be the strongest branch because it was the branch that more so represented the people. It was the branch that was there to be the voice and the word of the people. It was designed that way. That's why they're the oversight branch. And so what has happened is they have cut off their own testicles, put it on a silver platter, and given up their own rights to who's ever in power, i.e. Donald Trump the last 4 years. And so what you have happening is the other side believes this wholeheartedly. Anytime that one of their judges makes a decision, they were rightly dividing the Constitution in a manner that the framers intended it. But if a progressive or liberal judge makes a decision, now they say, they are an individual that isn't rightly looking at the Constitution, and they are going off on their own leftist progressive tirades, and they can't be legitimately seen as the right authority in terms of that decision because they think against the way we think, so they can't surely ever be right about anything. Everything they ever say is wrong. Anything we ever say is right, and that's the end of it. And that's a dangerous thing. Dangerous so much so that is going to be the downfall of the American empire. What we see happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the downfall of an empire, because what you have is people that have dug their feet in the sands and they are unyielding to move on one side. The other side is sitting over here thinking that this side is going to move. They're not moving. They're not going to negotiate with you. They're never going to sit down in good faith. There's no sit down and have a meeting of the minds, because when you go and have this meeting of the minds, they're not sitting down in good faith. And so what we have happening is they have said, we don't want any parts of any meeting of the minds. We don't want any parts of this country being a true melting pot where we can all have differences of opinions but still come together. Rather, you better think the way we think, and if you don't think the way we think, you can go somewhere and rot and burn in hell. Because at this point, they want complete control of the judicial system, because they see, here's what happened. The what was supposed to be the strongest branch of government has given away their own power to other branches. Okay. First, when Donald Trump was in there, they obviated their own power and gave it to him and said, he's going to make all of the decisions and decide what it is. And now that he's not in power anymore, here's what they say. We don't have him in power, but we have the judicial branch that we have lined with our cronies. And rather than us do what we're supposed to do, which is come together, hash these things out, debate, and enact laws that govern the people, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to be at a constant stalemate. We're going to be at perpetual fucking impasse in this fucking Congress. And because we're in this perpetual impasse, we're going to give up and forfeit our rights to make laws and leave it to the judicial system. Just figure everything out in courts. Everything just going to be worked out in courts. The dangerous part is they spent the last 4 years lining the courts, as I said to you a few minutes ago, with hundreds of people who don't even know constitutional law. Many of whom, when they were getting confirmed, it was talked about, how many years have you studied constitutional law? Many of them say, I really haven't. There were people who were getting appointed to lifetime seats that were just a few years out of law school. But simply because they were a part of the right family or right groups and aligned themselves with the right white supremacists over there in Congress, they got a lifetime appointment. Lifetime. Please hear me. I'm not saying, oh, they get voted out. This is lifetime. And so while we have people over here twiddling fingers, while we got a president over here, you know, and I'm not, here's the thing. Let me say this. I would shudder to believe that these people cannot chew gum and walk at the same time. But they would love for you to believe that they can't chew gum and walk at the same time on the left. Because every time you bring up a lot of these issues, well, you have to hold on because we're doing this. Well, wait a little bit because we're doing that. We'll hold off on that because we need to handle this. We have a national crisis going on in these yet to be United States of America. And while it looks nice for you to have photo ops over there at the G7 convention and whatnot, the whole democracy is is damn near at risk over here in this country. And you people aren't saying anything. Merrick Garland, who was supposed to go and was supposed to clean up the doggone attorney general's office and clean up, you know, law enforcement and clean up the FBI and all of this, is doubling down on things that Bill Barr did that were counter to anything that was supposed to happen. Merrick Garland is doing things that is doubling down on some of the illegal things that went on, okay, in the CIA and in the FBI and over there with the Justice Department. But then he's going to come out here. Oh, and he did a press conference. Where was that? Earlier this week or last week, saying, oh, I'm here for voter suppression, and we're going to work hard on voter suppression. Really? How? Because last time I checked, Merrick Garland, if states are enacting laws against voter suppression, please make me understand how you're going to stop that, because any stopping of that is going to have to go through Congress. And if you believe that the Republicans are going to do anything to stop what the states are doing with regard to voter suppression laws, you're reaching. And like we just explained, if you're thinking that the judicial system is going to be your mechanism by which to get it done, it's not. So while y'all will over here twiddling your fingers and stuff, these states have been quickly passing laws. I've seen more laws passed in these first 6 months of 2021 than I've seen in some states in 6 years. And that's in laws in states like my great state of Florida. It is dangerous out here, y'all. It is. I hate to be that guy. Y'all know me. I'm always the pessimist. But somebody has to be screaming from the rooftop. these things are going on. And while these people are over there twiddling their fingers, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We haven't even began to discuss why y'all over here having Juneteenth um federal holiday stuff. Where's the sweeping criminal justice reform? Okay, because we just had another person killed in Minneapolis again. Winston Smith. We talked about that. When did we talk about Winston Smith? Last week, earlier this week. I think it was Friday or Saturday. It was either on my politics of it all on Friday, or it was on Silly Saturday. I don't see you talking about that. Where is the George Floyd Act ain't went nowhere. The John Lewis voter suppression act ain't went nowhere. Y'all talking all of this smoke. Y'all made all of these promises. I don't want to hear nothing about, but he's only been there so many years. Baby, y'all got that Asian American hate crime bill out in a month after that thing happened. A month after that, the killing happened, they was passing laws signed by the president. Went through Congress committee, all hit the floor of Congress, and it went already and got passed. It's already passed. What are we talking about? So miss me with the, oh, we have to give them time. They only need time when they're trying to distract us and stall us. That's whenever you hear them say, give them time, that translates into, bitch, we ain't got time for you. When they say give them time, that translates to, bitch, we don't have time for you. Now, y'all gonna have to pay the piper. Some kind of way y'all gonna pay the piper. Because the people did what you asked of them. Y'all asked us to put this man in there. We got you. Check that box. Y'all asked us to give you the 2 seats in Georgia, to give you 50 seats in the Senate. Check that box. We got you that. Now, y'all ain't gave us a goddamn thing. Y'all gonna have to pay the piper some kind of way, because if you don't pay the piper with us, you gonna pay it in goddamn 2022, where it's gonna be a freaking bloodbath like it was in 2010. You remember the Tea Party bloodbath that happened across the Fruited Plains in 2010, where there was this red sea of blood all across the country. Republicans took seats that they had never taken before. Some kind of way, y'all gonna pay the piper. And that's why, and this is why from the very beginning, if you learn nothing from Donald John Trump, what you should have learned is how to build and expand a base. As much as I can't stand that young man, I gotta give him this. That young man knew how to build a base and how to expand that base. And that base has swept all across the country. So much so that there have been talks, even though I don't think it's ever going anywhere, of having a third party, which I don't think that's going to happen no time soon, but that's a whole nother argument. But my point is this. Y'all got all these people in positions. Y'all got the Senate, y'all got Congress, y'all got the executive branch, and you're farting away all of the power that you have. And then you're letting little fucktards and fuck whores like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema dictate to you. Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema right now are more powerful than Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer put together. Let's be clear. Technically, they're more powerful than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, if we're being honest. And the thing about it is, even though we want to just say them, please be clear. Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema are the vocal ones. There are other members of the Democratic caucus that are centrist that believe the same way as Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema. Please be aware of that. They are not the only ones. They're just the vocal ones, and there's some silent members of the Democratic caucus that don't have the testicular fortitude to put their put it a name to it like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema do. And see, it's listen. Here's one of two things that's gonna have to happen. Now, here's my thing. One or two things is gonna happen. Probably what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a bloodbath next year. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be an all-out assault on the left, and there's gonna be sweeping uh, Republican candidate wins across the country. Or, and there's still enough time for this to happen. This is what I would do. The progressive base, the far left progressive base of the Democratic Party is the only hope that they have, that the Dems have right now to thwart what is coming down the pipeline. You cannot fight that far right regime of the Conservative Party with centrist ideologies of centrist Democrats. That's not going to work. You got to fight them because, and what that would do is that would galvanize a lot of the younger votes. That would galvanize a lot of the youth and the younger vote. Joe Biden and the Democratic Party had the lowest percentage of the 18 to 34 votes of 34-year-olds. They had the lowest percentage of votes within the last 30 plus years. I mean, you got to go back to I believe the Reagan's first election in 1980 to talk about how low the percentages of 18 to 34-year-olds voted for, the Democratic tickets. And that's scary. You're losing that base. You're about to lose the black base because we're not here for it. And so what I'm thinking is, strategist L. Teddy, if they leaned more to that progressive wing, that far left progressive wing, you could probably create a base over there and then begin to expand that base, because it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary. Y'all ain't did nothing about the Supreme Court. I thought that would have been the first thing that you would have handled. I thought the first thing y'all would have did before Valentine's Day, hey, we expanding the Supreme Court. It's happening. Get over it. I don't care how you feel. We adding 4 more seats to the Supreme Court. It will have 13 seats. Get over it. I would have immediately had nominations right on. Listen, before Memorial Day hit, we would have had a brand new Supreme Court. Please understand. Please know and understand. But y'all are playing around. They just started confirmations for judges, for federal judges, I think a couple weeks ago. And we're how many months in? You see what I'm saying? They're playing around. They're playing in our faces, people. They are playing in our faces. And they're going to have to do better. I'm sorry. At this point, I want Kamala to fade into oblivion. I want you to be the quintessential VP. I don't ever want to hear you talk. I don't ever want to hear you give a speech. I just want you to fade into the background, because at this point, I cannot trust you to say the right thing. I cannot trust you with the microphone. So you can go back and you can fade into oblivion at the Naval Observatory where you reside. Joe Biden, yeah, you about to wear this one, young man. You're going to wear all of it. You're going to wear all of it, young man. You're going to wear it all. I hope the squad gives you hell. I hope the squad in Bernie gives you hell. Give them hell, squad. Give them hell. I hope they give you hell because you right here fucking off, and it's gonna come next year, this time, this summer of 2022, that then they're gonna start to be like, oh my God, the election is coming and we need to start doing something. It's gonna be too late. Technically, it might already be too late anyway, because Republican side is already doubling down on how they feel because they know elections is coming. And then you have the centrist Democrats that are not going along with anything because they're scared of losing their seat. It's a whole brand of fuckery going on. I know y'all. I'm rambling on. Let me be quiet. Let me see what y'all talking about before I get on off here. I just wanted to come real fast. I've been on here about an hour. I'm hungry now. What I want to eat today? I don't know what I want to eat, y'all. But I'm just saying. Okay. Diamond Pearl Jim, you say the Dems playing badminton in the backyard while the Republicans playing tennis at the US Open. Yes. Hello. Hello. Mansion and Cinema have never been popular kids. They loved it. Right. You could tell they were never the popular. They got so much popularity. They like, oh, and they're relishing it. It's so sad. Kirsten Cinema thinks she is John McCain. He was a Republican child. He was a Republican through and through. He sure was. She ain't no John McCain. And she forgets that the Dems way like John McCain a whole lot either. Anyway, what I'm eating today, y'all? I'm real hungry. Um, I need to finish this video. Anyway, what I'm gonna eat today, y'all? I don't know. Any suggestions on what to eat? What I got in the area? I got Wingstop. I got a Chinese place. There's this real good pub. See, I was trying to avoid going to Publix, and now Jason really B is gonna pick at me. She's gonna pick at me because I'm trying to avoid going to Publix. There's, but I could go get me some crabs, maybe crabs. Uh, Child Republicans, they're absolutely nappy child. They are in lockstep. They are, listen, they're not yielding. And oh, and one other thing that I want to hear, there's not so much of an outcry against the Josh Hawleys of the world and the Raphael Cruzes of the world anymore. They aren't vilifying them on the other side anymore. They've ingratiated Josh Hawley right on in there with them. They've ingratiated Raphael Cruz right on in there with them. You don't hear them say, oh, these are horrible people anymore. And give them another month. Well, I ain't gonna even say give them that. They are all basically, some of them wishing they were Josh Hawley. Some of them Republican members of the Senate, and Republican members of the House of Congress, House of Representatives, excuse me, wish they were Josh Hawley because they want to be able to have the picture of them holding their fist up. Because now it wasn't an insurrection. Now this was just another peaceful day of tourists at the Capitol building. You ain't see them censure as much as they done did in the House with Marjorie Taylor Greene, censoring her, and then they have basically made what's my girl who they put out of her position? She was the third leading I can't think of this lady's name. God damn it. But they put her out of her position and told her to shut up and sit down somewhere. Um, but they ain't doing that in the Senate. Well, no. They ain't said nothing to Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Oh no. Remember 5 months ago, 6 months ago, how horrible and heinous of individuals they are? A mess. Why can't I think of this? Um, lady name. Oh God. The lady, God, I can't think of this lady's name, y'all. Who's the third highest ranking Republican in the House, and they put her out because she said that it was an insurrection. God, whatever. Her daddy was vice president. Oh man, I y'all not usually y'all be right on it. God, I can't think of this lady's name. My mind just went blank. I think I'm hungry. hmm Anyway, y'all, since y'all can't remind me, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you, Liz Cheney. Thank you, God. Couldn't think of that lady's name. Thank you, Nappy Child. Um, we gonna get out of here. I didn't even think I was gonna be here on this long, blathering about what's going on in these yet to be United States of America. Thank you for those of you all who came over. Child, what'd you say? Rafael Cruz is a level of pussy I can't stand. Trump spoke about his wife, and he back claps it. Child, a mess, a mess. Child, Rafael Cruz is a whole bad because I would not call him Ted Cruz. Your name is Rafael. Your mama named you Rafael. I'm gonna call you Rafael. Oh bastard. You ain't even from this country. But you over here acting like Uncle Sam himself, acting like you Thomas Jefferson and George Washington incarnate. You weren't even born here. Can you go back up there to America's hat since you want to put all of the immigrants out? How about we start with you, Rafael Cruz, and put you out and let you go back up there to America's hat? Anyway, hey, keep it cute. Thank you. Hey, Tracy Chappelle. I don't think I said hey to y'all. Y'all ain't gave me no ideas to eat. He said, listening got you to part of your reconciliation process. All right. Thank you for coming on, coming over, Tabitha. And thank you for promoting it on your channel. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I gotta really find me something to eat. And then I gotta finish this video. Dear God. I've taped it. I just am editing, y'all. That's the long part, editing. So we'll do that after I finish eating. Anyway, um, I'm gonna be kind of I know I won't be doing it. There will be no silly Saturday this weekend. I'll be out of town. I got a parade that morning, and then I got a whole bunch of stuff that day. So there's gonna be no. Y'all have a great Juneteenth. Okay, no silly Saturday. Since it's a federal holiday now, we're gonna be on our holiday tip on Juneteenth. Okay, so y'all go ahead and y'all celebrate Juneteenth, um, and stuff like that. Would love to see it. If you feel like it, send me a couple pictures and I'll show them on one of my lives. From your if you go to a cookout or you go to a parade or some Juneteenth celebration, send me a picture or two or five, and we'll show them on a video next week. I will be back. Um, yeah, because I know I'm not gonna go live tomorrow. I got a lot going on this weekend, so I will be back live. Y'all probably won't see me until either Monday night or Tuesday morning, one of those two. But who knows? I might hit the button later tonight. Y'all know me. I say that now. I might hit the button later tonight. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for always supporting me in the channel. Y'all know I don't ask y'all to do anything. I don't ask y'all for nothing. And y'all still do it anyway. So I'm always grateful and appreciative for each and every contribution that you make to the channel or to me. It is much obliged, much appreciated. And um, I owe a debt of gratitude to you all for any and everything that you do because y'all really do take care of me and y'all be showing out sometimes. Y'all really be showing out sometimes, and I'm so appreciative of that. Mardi Gras wings from Publix. Listen, y'all try to make me go to Publix. Now I'm gonna go to Publix. But have a happy Juneteenth, y'all. Have a phenomenal weekend. Do something silly on Saturday since we're foregoing silly Saturday. Tried to get things together to retire from the felony daycare. Child. Let us know about that retirement, Nappy Child. I know you've been fighting a good fight over there for a good long time. So, happy Father's Day to all dads out there. Happy freaking Father's Day. Please, um, celebrate Father's Day. Please, let's go out and be with our dads, fathers, and celebrate them. And please, I know some of y'all gonna get mad, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I don't want to see no posts of somebody, some lady, because y'all see them every year on Father's Day. Somebody, mama talk about Happy Father's Day to me because I have to be the mom and the dad. They whole life. No, no, you can only be the mom. You cannot be mom and dad. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. I'm just sorry. It just doesn't work like that. Anyway, um, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.